the reality is we will not have people around us all the time that we can share our thoughts and feelings with. We are all alone in this life. Just like any matter, any solid material, we think that it's solid. But if we look it through the microscope, we find out that most of the space is just empty inside of that matter. Take any molecule, take any atom. It has electron, proton, neutron. Most of the space it has is empty. It's like that with everything, every being, every object, every matter in this world, in this universe. Accepting this fact will ease our life drastically. We won't be anxious to that extent. And once we realize this fact, once we accept this reality, we won't have to have someone all the time to share our opinions with. We just have to perform our duty and perform our task at hand. That's it. So, if you don't have people to share your thoughts with, don't worry. But one person is always there with you. It's you. You can always talk to yourself. And when you talk to yourself, make sure that you talk in a positive way, in an optimistic way, in a way that lifts you up, in a way that shares positivity, happiness, all these high vibration frequencies of emotions that you have. You can literally change your mood from negative to being positive, from being sad to happy by having self-talk. But that self-talk should be backed up by logical reason. So, whenever I don't feel like doing something which is necessary to be done, or I feel like it's really hard and it's near to impossible for me to, go through this task, and I'm not even sure that I'll be able to complete it, regardless of how much time it takes. I remember the things that I've achieved in my life. Well, those things may or may not be known by people, but I know in my core self that I have achieved some things really significant, which even blows my mind sometimes when I think back to those times. For example, I grew up in India. There's a small city, Dehradun. It's about 6 hours drive from New Delhi. I think you have heard of it. I think you have heard of the city named New Delhi. It's about 6 hours drive from my place. And my place is kind of a valley. Around my place there are a lot of mountains. And I used to do a lot of trekkings like 5 to 6 years back. One time I decided to go on a trek which was about 4 hours drive or ride from my place. So I planned it to complete it in one day. And I thought it was kind of a possibility, or it was easy. But it took so much time. I reached on the base of the trek about 10:30 a.m. I left home at 6:30 a.m. on bike on a winter morning. I went there right after I parked my bike in one of the shops. I ate Maggie, it's like noodles, and I headed directly to start my trek. And I did not realize how the difficulty level of that trek was. and I must say it was above average. And for me, like I was not an experienced trekker. I was into traveling to different mountain places, but I was not that much experienced, right? And I somehow managed to complete the whole trek. I reached the top, I came back down. I did it in about like 8 hours. But when I came back, the shopkeeper of the shop where I parked my vehicle was kind of shocked, because he have never seen any person complete that whole trek in less than 8 hours or in a day. I was like maybe the first person to do that, which he knew. And even I was astonished, because like looking back at that time, when I reached at the base and I was looking at the top of the trek, oh my god, it was really far away. And I did not even know, like it took me about 2.5 or 3 hours, 3 hours to get down all the way from the top by foot. And when I look back, it seems so freaking far. So that was one of my achievements, right? And remembering these kind of achievements and having self-talk with ourselves when times are tough, realizing that we have pushed our limits before, and we know that we have so much potential than we think we do right now, is going to help us so much more at that moment when the times are really hard and you do not know if you can last longer in that battle. So yeah, one person is for sure, when one person is for sure is gonna have with you all the time, that you can talk with, that is you yourself. So make sure the talk or the talks be positive in some way or the other. It's only going to better your life. All right guys, I'll see you in the next one. Oh, moon is looking beautiful, huh? All right guys, take care.